Hi, my name is Spencer, and today I'll be reacting to Star Trek Strange New World, Season 2, Episode 8. I wasn't expecting to get an episode on the normal Thursday this week, especially because of the Lower Decks episode that dropped over the weekend, so this was unexpected for me. I was kind of hoping that I would be able to have a little bit of a break from recording and editing, but it's okay. I've been enjoying the season so far, so I'm still looking forward to the episode. Like I said, last episode was the Lower Decks crossover. It was a lot of fun. Potentially the best episode of the season. I believe there's only 3 episodes left, including this one. I feel like I don't really need to recap the Lower Decks episode, just because it was sort of a standalone. It didn't really feel like it ties to much in terms of continuity for Strange New Worlds. I guess you could say that the Spock and there was a little bit of Spock and Chapel discourse in the episode. Chapel feeling or recognizing that she is the reason that Spock's behavior is changing at this time, but also realizing from Boimler that this isn't going to last, which is sad. I love Spock and Chapel. I don't know where they're going to leave it off at the end of the series here, but I think we still have a ways to go before then. As for this episode, I know the title is Under the Cloak of War. Could this be the Gorn, the potential war that they were talking about in episode 1 of the season? Could this be calling back to the Klingon War? I did see... Well, the reason I found out that this episode dropped was I was on my YouTube and I saw that the Ready Room episode was suggested, and so I was like, oh, wait, there's a new episode this week? So I saw that the actor who plays M'Benga and the actress who plays Ortegas are on the Ready Room this week, so I'm assuming that they're both going to play a fairly significant part in this episode. Obviously, this isn't the musical episode. I believe that's next week, so that is exciting on its own, and I'll try to hold my excitement until next week when that episode drops. This episode, I'm mostly going in blind. I might have seen a Klingon in a screen grab somewhere, maybe on Twitter, I don't remember. So I'm leaning more towards this being a Klingon War sort of deal. We may get that scene from the trailer of the season where Ortegas is like, where they're plummeting towards a planet, and Ortegas is at the helm of a shuttle, and Pike's like, are you sure you can do this? And she's like, I did this during the war. So given the context that this episode has something to do with war and Ortegas, I'm putting 2 and 2 together that scene is possibly going to be in this episode. It's possible it's not, but that's my best guess. But yeah, besides that, I don't have any expectations. Hopefully this is the Ortegas episode, and hopefully we get to know her better. It should be interesting. But before I get into this episode, don't forget to like this video if you like it, and if you have anything to say about this episode or the previous episodes, please put it in the comments. Also, if you're not currently subscribed, but you like this kind of content, I would appreciate it if you would consider subscribing. It really helps me to stay motivated to get these videos out, and helps the channel to grow. We've gotten a few new subscribers since posting my reaction to the Lower Decks crossover, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you for subscribing and hopefully sticking around, and hopefully you enjoy the content. So I don't believe I have anything else to say before getting into this episode, so I will go ahead and do that. Interesting that we're seeing Discovery Klingons in the recap. I would love if they gave us some continuity with that.
Again? No.
Oh, and we'll probably get an explanation for what that is, whatever that serum is.
Enterprise has been tasked with transporting the ambassador to Starbase 12. Our orders are to make him feel welcome.
Who's the ambassador? Is it a Klingon?
Our esteemed guest is a Klingon.
Ah, yeah.
A former general who defected to our side.
This is the Klingon that I saw in the screen grab.
Could I trouble you for a brief tour of the ship?
They're a little suspicious, which is understandable considering the war, but...
The slaughter at Lambada 5. The siege at Starbase Zeta Athos.
I like we're getting some depth to Ortegas here.
Killed his own men to cover his retreat. There's a reason other Klingons call him the Butcher of Jagal.
Captain on the bridge?
Oof. Awkward. Well, I'm sure he'll address it.
May we continue the tour? I don't want to distract your bridge crew from their duties.
Okay, just gonna pretend it didn't happen. At least for now. I don't know, I hope he's a good guy. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. Personally.
In anticipation of your visit, we are attempting to produce a popular caffeinated beverage from Kronos.
Ractigino.
Perhaps we should let this cool a bit.
We are still working out the coding. This is entirely my fault.
I'm fine. One good thing about Klingons, we have a high tolerance for pain.
A little tense. Yeah, I don't know. A little bit of his anger came out. I think it would just take the right instigation for him to really break, you know?
I'll handle this.
I mean, come on. M'Benga, you had to have known that this could have happened, knowing that a Klingon ambassador would be on board. I do feel for him, though. I don't know. I hope that this is a hopeful episode in terms of this Klingon perhaps inspiring or helping the crew of the Enterprise get past their prejudices. But we'll see. Moon of Jagal, a few years ago. Okay, cool. Backstory. I'm not the biggest fan of Discovery Klingons, but I hope that they at least have some continuity. I think it'd be cool, but we'll see.
Welcome to Jagal.
Hey! Oh, he's in every Star Trek. Oh, gosh. That's hilarious. I love him.
Call it Tent City. I think you see why. It's not home, but it'll do.
Were they playing tetherball in the back?
Folks, let's go!
Oof. Can't imagine. I mean, I can't imagine any kind of war, but this would be something else.
Let's prep him.
No regenerator.
Right. So what? We just morphine drip and let him die?
Incoming transport. Incoming.
Well,
We need to get him off the pad.
in war, what else are you supposed to do? Sometimes.
We can keep us suspended in there until the starships arrive.
You can do that. Show me.
I do it all the time with the bad ones. Load the biodata as a...
And he knows how to do it with his daughter, because of his daughter. Well, just prolongs the inevitable if you can't end up getting help.
You know, you and Chapel were both stationed on Jagal, where Rob earned his reputation. Apparently, there was...
Ah, that's why it's so hard. I didn't make the connection.
I'll be there.
Totally. Me too.
Thank you. I appreciate you both being there.
Are they gonna end up taking the serum just to feel safe? I feel like that's something that they could do, potentially, if they're feeling desperate enough.
He's in cardiac arrest. We're losing him.
Manual stimulation.
What?
Grab his heart and start pumping.
That's one way to do it.
Continue stimulation.
Well,
He's back!
Demo team now!
Incoming transport. Incoming transport.
gosh, so chaotic. You really feel for them, too.
Put on the Starfleet face.
It's a good face. Pipe me jambalaya.
Lie.
That would be tempting. That looks good. I don't think I've ever had jambalaya, but... I mean, I've never been against it, and that looks good, so...
You are under duress.
Hold his hand. Maybe it'll make you feel better.
I'm available to you if you ever feel the need to share.
Yeah, I don't. So let's just change the subject, yeah?
Convincing.
Well, I appreciate Spock looking out for her.
You would shut up for 1 second about all this amazing peace he's managed.
I can help with that.
He's not wrong. I was
Is he gonna neck pinch him? I feel like that's a bit drastic, but okay. Or maybe not. He's gonna talk objectively about his wartime.
My father taught me war and bloodshed, but my brother taught me...
He says, I need a drink. Can't blame him.
How's your chest feeling? Like someone squeezed my heart with their fingers. Someone did.
In a good way. In a good way. Just to clarify. What is the Andorian... What is this guy? What is his deal?
Tell them to stop sending people.
Nobody sent me.
What? Are they trying to recruit him for something? Is this the backstory of the serum?
Intel says he's head of the house here on Jagal, running the entire operation for the Klingon.
Did they try to assassinate him at some point?
I need you.
I give you my answer.
Protocol 12.
And this is why he was really against being used in a tactical capacity in that first episode.
Come on, be reasonable. My team needs an edge.
Well, there are side effects to the serum, I guess. Naturally.
Klingon ma ta judge.
We are Klingon. May we endure?
Remain Klingon. Remember that?
Takuvma's battle cry.
All over the comms, and then, boom, all your...
She's breaking.
Okay, I am gonna go see if she needs anything.
It's a tough situation.
She tells me that the two of you are practicing full impact Mokbara. And I was wondering if we might arrange a session.
I'll check my schedule.
Thank you.
Probably really hard to keep his composure, you know? This guy's not gonna make it. I have serious doubts.
We have to fight. So the people we love can have a chance to live in peace. That's Starfleet.
Well, it's a good little speech.
All they need is meat for the grinder.
Yep, he's going back.
Thanks for the patch-up job.
Yeah.
This is what I do.
Well, not too surprised.
You require personal time away from me.
Well, at least she has Spock if she needs him, if she wants him. But obviously she has more going on than he can handle, or that he can help with.
Purge the backlogs, but it should work.
Incoming
Do it.
transport. Incoming transport. Incoming transport.
But you're losing the people in the transporter buffer.
Alvarado's in there. If we purge the logs, he'll die.
Yeah. He knows what needs to be done.
We saved lives.
Yeah. Impossible decisions. And it's wartime, so you have to make those decisions.
We don't need to be friends, just allies.
Well, that's a hard ask.
Consider joining me for my next peace conference.
Is he going to end up using the serum on himself?
Who fought the hardest?
What? Is he trying to instigate something, or what?
I look forward to our next session.
I was expecting that to go a little worse than it did, but I'm still a little apprehensive.
I need you.
Yep, saw that coming. Okay. I'm still curious what he's going to do, how he's going to... I don't know. We'll see.
We'll cut through Chintico Nebula and arrive early.
Aye, Captain.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
People are looking for you.
Is he gonna bring her with him?
Protocol 12 helps you fight.
Protocol 12 is what it's called. I think they said that earlier, but I didn't catch it.
It was Captain Release.
He was there. Yeah.
He held me back while you made your escape.
Oof. Damn. Brutal.
Look at the work that I've done. People need saints. They need belief.
So does he actually want peace?
Couldn't you leave me alone?
M'Benga, I'm here to provide healing. Please.
Is he gonna try to finish the job?
So selfish, so human. Don't!
Oof. Well, that would not be a good thing.
I was there. Saw the whole thing.
Are they gonna...
Just goes to show. No one ever.
Okay, yeah. They're spinning it to be that De Gaulle or whatever. I don't... That the Klingon general instigated it.
We've known each other for a very long time. See eye to eye on most things.
Chris knows what really happened.
Some things break in a way that can never be repaired. Only managed to.
Interesting. I'm not going to read too much into that final scene with the biobed glitching out. I mean, I guess it could be something. It was damaged with the episode with the Gorn last season, or one of the episodes with the Gorn last season. I don't know. It could potentially come back up that it's not working again, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to try not to read too much into that. I thought this was a good episode. Very heavy, especially coming from the Lower Decks crossover. But I thought they told the story well. Didn't get as much Ortegas as I was hoping. Well, like, we already knew that she had trauma from the war, prejudices from the war, but this was very much an M'Benga Chapel episode. More so M'Benga than Chapel. Yeah, I don't know. I believe that the Klingon ambassador, former general, really did want to usher some peace, wanted to make up for some of the things he did in the war, and I believe that was his truth, even if the things said about him in the war were embellished. I appreciate the portrayal of PTSD and whatnot in this episode, although I have no personal experience with anything like that, especially in the context of war. I liked the backstory that we got with M'Benga and Chapel, and I don't remember exactly what it was. Protocol something 12 maybe, whatever that serum was adrenaline and something else. I didn't quite catch it. I'll when I'm editing the video, I'll put it on the screen what he said it was. I liked that we got answers about that. I appreciated the callback to M'Benga's daughter being in the transporter buffer. Although I'm a little confused about the timeline with that. I want to say I was wrong at the beginning in presuming that he already had this knowledge of the transporter buffer because of his daughter. I want to say that the war happened before her diagnosis, and he was using his war knowledge to keep her alive and whatnot. But I don't exactly remember what the timeline was in that episode for his daughter. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't blame M'Benga for doing what he did after all that he had to go through, and I don't know. Obviously, I don't think it was the right thing to do, but obviously the situation is a lot more complicated than is this right or wrong, you know? And whether it was right or wrong is really up for debate, I guess, for all the stuff that happened on Jagal. Yeah, I mean, just a very heavy episode. I like the callbacks to Discovery, even if we didn't see any of the Discovery Klingons. I was kind of hoping that they would, just for the sake of continuity, giving us some connection, more connection than what is already there. But it's fine that they didn't. I think they're just gonna sort of dance around it, if anything, and try not to be too, I don't know. I don't know if they'll ever give like an explanation, like an official explanation for the difference in Klingon looks. I mean, most people will just accept that, like, you know, it's just a different sort of like a different. There are different kinds of Klingons on different parts of Kronos, and so the universe has multiple kinds of Klingons existing here. But that's, as far as I know, just a fan theory. So it'd be interesting to see them acknowledge that in a Trek show like this. Like, I could see them doing it in Lower Decks and it being sort of a throwaway gag, but it'd be nice if it was acknowledged in a more serious tone, you know? But it is what it is. I'm not gonna be too critical about that. I really liked how Uhura was being, I don't know, kind of a mediator. I don't know, because obviously she was a cadet when this show started, so she probably didn't see war like everyone else. And so she has that going for her in terms of not having prejudice towards Klingons or to this specific Klingon. But I don't know, I thought it was nice that she was the most level-headed of the crew. I really enjoyed Spock trying to be there for Chapel, even if she wasn't really having it, you know? I thought it was nice, a nice gesture. I hope that they're on better terms by next episode. I mean, the next episode is the musical episode, so it'll be a lot more lighthearted. I'm sure if we'll see any Spock and Chapel, it'll be in a more positive light. Not that this was negative in any sense, and I think that it was the needing space was a mutual understanding, and I don't think that he'll do what he did to T'Pring when she asked for space and cheat on her. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, I thought this was a really well told story, and I don't fully comprehend war or PTSD and the effects of that on a person. So there are many complexities that I don't understand and that I personally can't appreciate in this episode, I'm sure. So all I can give you guys is my objective opinion of the episode, and I thought it was good, albeit heavy. It was good. I'm pretty much done editing the video. I just wanted to add, I wasn't a huge fan of how they edited the fight scenes in this episode. Well, especially the hand-to-hand stuff between M'Benga and the Klingon ambassador. I can't remember this. His name is slipping my mind again. But the point I'm trying to make is that I wasn't a big fan of like how choppy they made it feel. Like it felt like there wasn't really like a one long choreographed fight. Like they just spliced together a bunch of things. I mean, they did the same thing with showing M'Benga being the butcher of Jagal, but I feel like it worked better with that because it was sort of a high intense thing. But if I had any complaints about this episode, it would be how they handled the fighting scenes. And I'm sure there's probably other things that I could be more critical about. I don't know. I tend to miss things sometimes, and then I also just tend to have a positive overall opinion of these episodes. So you don't have to agree with me that this was a great episode if you don't think it is. So it is what it is. But let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Let me know what your thoughts were going into this, and let me know how you feel about how M'Benga handled this situation. Let me know how you felt about sort of the juxtaposition of the Lower Decks episode and this episode going back to back. And then we're going straight back into something a little more lighthearted next week with the musical episode. Let me know how you feel about that, and if you're okay with it. I didn't think it was terrible. It was just a bit, whoa, this is heavy. But yeah, I mean, I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say in the comments. But I believe I've said all I can say about this episode. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your support. I appreciate you guys. Looking forward to next week's episode. It should be more fun than this episode, I guess. I guess we'll see. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys then.